if a person wants to be a Scrum Master, what is the process? What does that look like? Certification? What is the training process?
I'm going to go to my glasses for this because there's 3 different ones.
Okay.
I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. So there's 3 different types of certifications that a person can gain. And if you're really serious about getting a certification, my recommendation would be to look into all 3 of these and be able to make a decision on which one works for you. So the first certification is a CSM. That's a certified Scrum Master. The training requirements is a mandatory 2 days. The exam is 50 multiple choice questions. You get 60 minutes to take the exam, and it's an open book exam. You've got to make a 74 or better on the exam. You get 2 chances to take the exam within 90 days. And if for whatever reason you've got to take it a 3rd time, each retake that you take is $25. The certification is valid for 2 years. And then at the end of that 2 years, you can renew that certification for $100. And then they have 20, they're SEUs. They're basically trainings that you can take, and you have to do that every year after that 2nd year. The second certification is an SSM. Again, their training requirements is a mandatory 2 days. And when I say mandatory 2 days, I'm referring to you have to take this class back to back. So you can't take it on a Monday and a Wednesday. You got to take this class Monday and Tuesday or Tuesday and Wednesday. So I kind of want to make sure that that's clear as well. For the SSM, you have 45 multiple choice questions. You're given 90 minutes to take this exam, and it's a closed book exam. You need to make a 73 or better to be considered passing. Now, on this particular exam, you get 1 attempt, and each retake is $50 per retake. This certification term is valid for a year. At the end of the year, you pay $100, and then they also have some continued education that you would take for that as well. The final certification type is a PSM. The training requirements, they're optional. Now, this one is, I would say, for someone who is aware of Scrum and aware of being a Scrum Master previously, because on this exam, it's 80 questions, 60 minutes, and it's a closed exam. The expectations are higher on this exam because the passing score is 85. And on the attempts for this one, it's $200 per attempt.
Okay.
So, and
go ahead.
You get 1 free retake if you take the class. If you take a class, but there's not. I didn't get any information on the training requirement, what that looks like for a PSM. But your certification is for a lifetime.
Three different certifications that I'm hearing. And it sounds like all you need is a C average, and you pass the test.
I can't believe that's what you got out of that.
People, okay. Look, there's hope for people like me. Okay, look,
wow.
I'm just saying, C average. Okay, that's manageable. Okay, now, but the thing is that you gave us 3 different certifications. Mm-hmm. So I have to ask. Is there one that's more advantageous than the other? I mean, if a person who wants to just get into this field for the first time, which certification are they supposed to take?
Let me say it like this. Out of the 3 certifications, I currently have 2. I have the CSM and the SSM. And when I first took the steps to become a Scrum Master, the first certification that I started out with was the CSM. It was a foundational course, and I really enjoyed it. It gave me the foundation that I needed. Now, the SSM was a little bit more elevated. And what I mean by elevation is that CSM is kind of the foundation to me as a Scrum Master. SSM is a notch up, because as a safe Scrum Master, The way in which you work is a little bit different than just a regular Scrum Master. And let me elaborate a little bit more. A CSM, a lot of times, is just a company saying, hey, I got a Scrum Master, you're working in this group. And what happens is you just kind of plan the work you're going to do. You work it in these 2-week iterations, and it just keeps going, right? But as a safe Scrum Master, you're working in a group with more than just one Scrum team. So it's more or less like you're working on a product, and it's a couple of Scrum teams working together, right? And so you plan together for a period of time for that work to be completed as well. So there's more work that goes into an SSM as a safe Scrum Master. And whenever you're applying for these positions, the role will tell you if they're looking for a CSM or an SSM certification.
Okay. So you're saying that there are going to be possible job descriptions that will list a particular type of certification
Yes.
Okay. So I know we'll get into this a little later, but I do have to ask, depending on the certification, does that possibly put a person in a particular salary range? I mean, is one kind of considered more important or considered higher than the other? Because it sounds like it based upon some what you indicated the requirements were to pass, other than a C average.
You're stuck on the C average. I will say this much. When I received my CSM, it immediately thrusted me into six figures.
Okay.
So
And that's just for the
CSM,
CSM.
SSM, it
Okay.
put me into six figures.
Okay. Okay. So as far as the prep time, talk about that. I mean, you obviously have to go through some sort of a preparation to prepare for this test, right? So what does that look like?
I will be honest with you. When I did my CSM, which was the first certification that I did, I took the 2-day course. It was on site. It was 2 full days. At the end of that class, that second day, I sat right there at the end and took my exam and passed it. So it is very likely that a person can walk into one of these classes or take this class virtually and be at the end when this class is done, if they're comfortable with the content that's been given, take that exam and pass.
Okay. Okay.
And I think I only missed 3 questions, so I did above a C.